Okay, and so all of those styles are non-unique. So when we make unique, that's going to split them. And so the disabled one can be like that. And we just need to make sure our toggle button is not quite different enough, but that's fine. What I just want to do is just grab our pressed. Let's duplicate that resource into our pressed state and make it unique. And I think pressed is actually just going to be green. Say like, I'm ready. Right, so let's toggle that. Oh, that's not working. Why is that not working? Interesting. Why is that not working? So that pressed state doesn't seem to be applied to any of the buttons now. Ah, there we go. That's odd. What? What if I just make all of these unique? Just to make sure that there's no weirdness going on. So the new version of Godot is actually out yesterday. I probably should update because a lot of these little minor issues I think should be fixed in the latest version. Why is that not pressing? God damn it. So we don't need that as part of Okay, well, I'm wondering if the issues we're seeing in the theme editor are just cosmetic issues. So I don't seem to actually be able to set that. Okay, maybe if we reload the scene, I imagine there might be a little issue with the resources we just created. No. Okay, I'm just gonna quit back out. Try that again. I'm just seeing a little bit of weirdness in the editor, so just so that I can sanity check myself, right? Like, and make sure it's not just some odd thing happening in the editor. Okay. So let's jump into our victory screen again. Player screen, and we don't need this scene anymore. Cool. Alright, so our ready button. I want it to be pressed. Why can't I press you? There we go. Cool. Alright, so we're going to toggle this ready button on and off. Once each player is ready. Okay. And you'll notice this font is a little bit off with the spacing as well. So I think we can probably just fix it. So 32, so we put 8 this time, I think. Not quite enough. Maybe like 12. I mean, we did 16, but that was for the higher font size. But I think that's actually correct. Okay. Okay, then the last thing I think we want to do with this button, right, is just when we are pressed, we want to get rid of that shadow. Right, so like that shadow just goes away entirely. That's interesting. So it's now that toggle state is just gone again. Anyway, okay, so what else can we do to make it look like we push the button? We can increase the border size. I think that's a pretty easy way to do that effect. So if we just do 8, 8, 8, 8, right, and up here, clunk, clunk. Cool. And what else can we do? We can add to the content margin at the top, which will make the text just move down ever so slightly, and I think that will add to the effect. So if we say this is like a 36, right, then you see that tiny little move down is going to make it feel like the button's being pressed. Okay, cool. Tilt the text. Hello, one chubby panda. What is that emoji? It's like an elf or something. So I don't think you can really tilt the text in easily. I mean, you definitely could using a shader or some custom effects, but just trying to think what else we could do without spending a lot of time on it. Expand margin. We can move the whole, I think we can move the whole button downwards a bit. Like by like 8. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Cool. So I just really want to focus on getting the functionality of this sorted. Okay, so let's just add a public method here to the screen, and we'll say this is right, okay, so this is our hooks, and our public API should always go at the top. So we're going to have set scores, and we're going to say P1, P2, and let's create a couple of onReady variables. onReady var, and I guess we're going to say player 1 score is equal to $, that, and we can do the same thing for player 2. And when we set the scores, it's going to be as easy as saying player 1 score dot text is equal to P1, and player to score.text is equal to p2. Okay. So I think that should probably get us most of the way, and the whole ready logic is probably going to be a little weird, but okay, I'm just going to get rid of this victory pop-up. Like, I don't want it anymore. Okay, we need to fix that in the game as well. Let's jump over here to game, and we're preloading it somewhere, I guess. Pop-up panel. Let's just delete the pop-up panel. Pop-up. Okay. Cool. No more pop-up panel, and let's jump over to our game as well and just remove the node. Hopefully it won't crash now that we've just deleted something. Fix dependencies. Okay. So this victory pop-up should really be our GUI victory screen. Victory screen. Okay. There we go. Haha, look at that. Alright, so for some reason we've got a white and a dark background. Oh yeah, okay. That's a bit weird. Let's just copy that into both places. I mean, we probably could have done this ourselves, but I kind of like setting it with code. And now we've got to do, well, supposedly these are going to rotate when we play them. No. Huh. And our green background doesn't seem to be applying. How ugly are those colors though? Jesus Christ. It's like that's pure red and pure green. Ugh. It's fine. It's supposed to be 80s. Christmas. Yeah. It's a Christmas game now. We'll cash in. Cash in on that whole thing. So I wonder if we don't do the rotation in the code. Oh, are we even doing the rotation? We're trying to. Okay, if we don't do the rotation in the code and we just do it like in the victory screen itself. Yeah, so this is where I was starting to feel like rotating GUI is just not going to end well for me. That's why you'll notice that none of the GUI so far is rotated. Okay. So now that was so weird. What? Why has it gone back?